And again, like I said, if you want to see the recording, I'll post it in the Facebook group, and the Facebook link is in the chat. So go ahead and check it out. Can everybody see my screen? I'm going to share this just so everybody can see the slides here. Can everybody see me? All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So what we have today, and we're going to be talking about, is how to manage and save membership cancellations. And right now, especially with all the coronavirus stuff going on, this is a pretty relevant topic. But regardless, in our gyms, there's always going to be cancellations, and why not save them and put together systems that can build our gym the most effective way. So this is what today's presentation is going to be on. I have owned my gym for the last 10 years, and I own a CrossFit gym. It's in Findlay, Ohio. I live here in the beautiful Miami, Florida. And these are systems that I have refined over the last 10 years and basically put together chunks of this as I've went. And this is really, from my perspective, one of the best systems I've seen in the industry on managing cancellations. The thing is that what most gyms do is nothing. An athlete emails them, they see the email, and then they just go ahead and cancel them, and that's pretty much the process. I did that for years until I found out that I was really doing it all wrong, and did a bunch of research into other businesses and see how they manage cancellations, and it's really paid off over time and as I've built this. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Michael Mathis, if you do or do not know me. I'm the founder of SmartGym. SmartGym is a CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management Software, specifically built for CrossFit gyms and gyms. What we do is we have a website that ties in with it, and we also have a CRM product. The CRM manages, your lists. It manages automated email sending. It manages one-off email sending, text messages, voicemail drops, and a bunch of cool stuff. Basically, I do this mentorship webinar every other Wednesday. We're doing one today. We'll skip next week, and then we'll do another one. And basically, this is our mastermind that I host. A little bit of info about my gym, again, is I've owned it for the last 10 years. It's in Findlay, Ohio. I have 10 employees there, and they basically run the day-to-day operations for me. About 2 years ago, I moved to Miami Beach with my wife and 2 dogs, and this is where I currently live now. And building SmartGym has been my focus since the time. And so that's what I do. And I always like to say that I still own 100% of my gym, whereas there's a lot of gym owners who, maybe don't quote unquote work in their gym, but there may be only 10 or 20% owners. But I still own 100% of it. And I did it all with systems like this that I'm showing you today. So I'm in the trenches and I've been there. Basically, I love helping gym owners. I love talking business, and I love speaking the truth to our community. And I am here giving away for free what many quote unquote gurus or masters in our industry are charging for. And I'm doing it just to help for the better sake of the community and to build our brand of SmartGym. SmartGym is essentially a community for gym owners who want to build their business, automate their business, and get a little bit more free time for themselves. I'm all about the freedom and the lifestyle side just as much as what I am owning a business. And I believe that if your business isn't set up to serve you, you don't necessarily have a business, you just have a glorified job. So freedom is what it's really all about for me and what I help gym owners with. All right, a couple just quick little results from clients that we work with. There's a few of them on here, but that's not what we're talking about here today. We're talking about, all right, cancellations. So I want to touch on the psychology of your audience because I always like to speak on this topic first. So oftentimes, what I've been able to see is that your athletes oftentimes don't want to cancel. They think that it's their only option to solving their problem and whatever their problem is. You as the gym owner, and you as the, as the coach, you have the relationship equity with these athletes that you've built over years and years of time. They hired you to be their coach. So be a coach even when they want to cancel, because a lot of times this is when they need the most help, depending on what's going on in their life. So if you just leave them hanging on something that could be a massive pain point for them, then you're not really being the coach that they hired you to be. All right. And I'll dive into a little bit more of that in a bit. But one thing I also want to say is that if you have, members who are issues or cancers, let them go. A lot of times cancellations happen from other members in your gym just being idiots in the gym and affecting other people. So if you know that you have a problem in your gym or quote unquote a cancer or a bad apple, then fire that client, because it's typically for the better sake of the whole. But helping your athletes through this time is going to be what's going to separate you from other gyms, and also meet them where they're at. So diving into kind of the systems we're going to evaluate here today or go through, all right? There's 6 steps here for managing a cancellation that I've seen work the most effective. Step 1 is going to be a signed membership agreement. Oops, sorry. A signed, lost this. Sorry, I lost my slide. Step 1 is going to be a signed membership agreement form. All right. So when people sign up, it's important that you clearly define with your athletes and have them initial the cancellation steps when they first join. Because a lot of what I'm going to go through here today, if you don't have a form that they're signing when they're purchasing memberships, putting their cards on auto renew, so on and so forth, it's not going to make the rest of these things work. All right. Step 2 is going to be an email request. Do not let your athletes tell your front desk admin or coach after class that they want to cancel. Make them send a formalized email, and then implement and follow the systems that we're going to talk about here later. Step 3 is going to be a phone exit interview where you can listen to their pains, their struggles, their issues, what's really happening in their life and why they're really canceling, and then save that cancellation. All right, step 4 is going to be something I call the Flexi Plan. And LBO right here stands for low barrier offer. It's essentially an offer that keeps recurring revenue in your gym and coming in, even while this person, if they choose to cancel or take time off, whatever's happening. Step 5 is going to be a cancellation survey. All right, it's important that you do this so you can know and learn the data on why your athletes are canceling. All right, and then step 6 we have is going to be the $100 gift card. All right, which is an opportunity to win them back. It's presenting them with a gift card that's going to expire in 6 months after their cancellation date. And that's kind of the wrap on the process. So let's hammer these slides out. If anybody has questions here, you're welcome to pop them in the chat as we get going and rocking. All right, so moving on, let's talk about step number 1, all right, the signed membership agreement form. All right, and there's a note here. Notice I call them membership agreement forms and not contracts. This is done on purpose. I think contracts in the gym space have a very bad reputation. It's like, oh, you're gonna lock them into a contract, so on and so forth. Even if your gym doesn't do contracts, this is a whole other conversation, but I encourage you to do contracts in your gym. It's a way you can have repeatable and project future revenues. If you don't have contracts and you have month-to-month memberships, then still have them sign a form when they sign up about what it takes to cancel your membership. And again, it's a membership cancellation form, not a contract. And in this membership cancellation form, there should be several things that you list. But this is the cancellation section and just one of the sections of that form. And this is what we like to include. And I'm just going to go ahead and read these. And again, I will share these slides with you in the Facebook group. So you can literally take this and copy and paste it into your gym's contracts, edit it as you need, and rock and roll from there. All right, so one of the line items under the cancellation section in our membership agreement form is it says, I understand that membership dues are non-refundable, pay in advance of the service, and that my membership will be automatically renewed at the end of each term unless a 30-day prior online membership cancellation form, which we'll talk about that, is submitted and the below membership cancellation process is complete. And then we have them initial right there. All right, so again, I'll post that in the Facebook group so you can copy and paste this. And then right below this section, we put the membership termination policy. All right, and as we read here, and again, I'm going to read this, and you can always edit it to your gym, but it says membership termination. Memberships who purchase a monthly reoccurring fee for a 6, 12, or 18-month agreement. In our gym, we sell 6, 12, and 18-month memberships, so we put those there. If you sell something else, you can obviously edit those. Have the right to terminate this contract by paying the early termination fee. The total fee is calculated by 80% of the total due months remaining in either the 6, 12, or 18-month purchased. 80% of the remaining contract payment due must be paid in full to cancel a membership contract before the date agreed upon. Paid in full memberships do not qualify for early membership termination policy, and no refunds will be given. This includes a relocation for work purposes approved by documented medical issues, cancellation for membership with proof of relocation, or a document written from a medical professional will be accepted. Failures to pay 80% due will result in total membership bill turned over into collections. All right, now here's where it gets good too, is we list 2 bullet points. The first one says, to cancel any membership, I understand there are 3 steps required for canceling. I must submit an email to team@crossfit2.com, which is our general inbox, then schedule and attend a phone exit interview, then complete the online membership cancellation form. And as we read these terms to athletes, we have them agree to them verbally also. All right, does that make sense? Do you understand? We'll do the phone exit interview. Typically, when people are signing these forms, they're super excited to join your gym, and they agree to the terms. They have to sign the form. It is what it is. Rarely ever do we get any sort of objections on any of those things. And then we also include here at the bottom, it says there is a $59 reactivation fee if you wish to reactivate your membership at a future date. All right, which again, this is all positioning your gym for when the cancellation actually happens, and it's laying the terms out for them so there are no confusions and no misconceptions when we get there. And they also, boom, initial here. All right, then they would further go down the membership agreement form and sign sign initial other boxes and rock and roll from there. But this is the meat of what's going to lead into next. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into number 2. So athletes at your gym, they've been a member for 3, 6, 12, 18 months, however long, and they don't want to continue anymore. They said, nope, gym's not for me, something happened, blah, blah, blah. All right, so step 2 is an athlete email request. So notice in the last slide, we told them in order to request a membership cancellation, they had to send an email right here to team@crossfit2.com. All right. Lesson learned from 10 years of dealing with this nonsense, and I put this right here at the top, it's always good to have a paper trail. Always good to have a paper trail. You want these stuff documented, dates, times they sent, so on and so forth. So if ever any issues, you can always resort back to that. It's not something where they told the coach and the coach forgot. All right, so require all athletes to email their cancellation requests to your gym's general inbox, all right, whatever that email address is. All right, and then bullet number 2 is if athletes try to cancel in person, to an admin or a coach, maybe the admin at the front desk or the coach during the class, instruct your team and have your team tell them, and you can use these quotes right here, the response to that athlete should be, please send your cancellation request to gymemail.com and we will take care of it. You don't want them to tell them because it kind of defeats the whole process and purpose of the system from here. All right, and once they send that email, it ensures the systems are followed and it creates fairness for the athlete and provides you a management structure to deal with all these things. And again, it gives you a paper trail of dates. So-and-so requested on this date, so-and-so requested, or they didn't request, they told a coach they thought they requested, blah, blah, blah. It's clean, clear, and there's a paper trail. All right, sorry, from here, do not put a cancellation form on your website. All right, I see a lot of gyms' websites that have a cancellation button at the bottom or a form link there. I highly, highly, highly do not encourage this because you're just opening up the door for cancellations and you're not giving yourself the opportunity to save these athletes, prevent the cancellation, or implement the further systems. All right, so if you have those on there, I encourage you to take them off and make the process more manual because it gives you the chance to save them. All right, we're gonna keep jamming here as we rock and roll. So that is essentially step 1, sign the contract, AKA membership agreement form. Step 2, athlete has to email in a request to cancel. All right, so let's talk about step 3. So the athlete emails in the request to cancel, and you respond, hey, thank you for reaching out, yada, yada, yada. We can go ahead and help you with your membership cancellation. The next step in canceling your membership is going to be to schedule your phone exit interview. How does Tuesday at 3 o'clock work for you? And again, you can do these over Zoom. You can do these on a phone call, whatever's gonna be best. Zoom works great. You can even do them in person if you'd like, but with the whole Corona thing going on, we've always found the most scalability in doing them from any location. It prevents a coach or an admin having to go to the location to have a specific meeting. They can do it from anywhere. So I personally prefer the phone exit interviews and would encourage you to use that. All right, so lesson to learn from 10 years of this nonsense. Oftentimes, athletes don't really want to cancel. All right, they think they have to cancel, and they think it's their only option to their problem. And that's not necessarily true. And here's kind of what should happen with the phone exit interview. And again, I spoke on this in the beginning, but I can't reiterate it enough. You own the relationship equity with these athletes. They hired you to be their coach, so be their coach even when they want to cancel them throughout this process. The number one thing you can do on the phone exit interview is just listen to their pains and struggles. Hey, what's going on? Why do you want to cancel? What changed about your life from 2 weeks ago when you were in the gym working out and now when you want to cancel your membership? Offer suggestions and how they can overcome and how you offer suggestions to your athletes on how they can overcome these issues. If they're saying, hey, my work schedule got crazy, I'm on a big project, I can't make it in there anymore. You can easily say, well, hey, we have different class options. Have you tried maybe changing up your schedule? Maybe you have to get a babysitter for, one of these times a week, and then you can still make it in. Or, have you tried maybe having your husband, have the whatever, take care of the child while you come in and work out, or vice versa, or whatever the problem is. So kind of provide them solutions to whatever their issues are. And the number one thing, and most of the time what we've seen, is people don't always tell you their issue right away. You kind of have to talk to them a little bit and kind of warm them up in the conversation. And then as you do that, and as you are just listening to them and hearing their pains and struggles, then you will truly find out the root cause for their cancellation. And oftentimes, you're usually somewhat embarrassed by it. Sometimes it is true. Maybe they lost their job. That's an embarrassing thing. They don't want to share it right away. Maybe they have a sick parent. Maybe it's marriage or truly financial issues. The other option is maybe your gym lost the perceived value. And that oftentimes does happen. And then that would go back on your gym to fix that problem. But we'll discuss on how you can fix that solution later. But if it's, a lost job, they're not going to tell you that right away. Maybe they're embarrassed, whatever the problem is. What I will say about members saying they're canceling due to a financial issue, it typically means that they've lost the perceived value in your gym, meaning a month ago, they had no problem paying you $150. They could afford it, all right? And oftentimes we live in the first world, meaning that most of us, month to month, our economical income statuses don't necessarily change all that much. And there's typically not a lot that happens where, the month prior, you could afford the $150, and this month you can't. It's more that they're choosing not to afford that $150 anymore because the perceived value is lost. And this acronym here, this BOCTAOA, means, but of course there are obvious exceptions. But most of the time, it's not because they can no longer afford it. They're choosing no longer afford it. So you need to find out why they're choosing no longer afford it. Try to save them, all right? And a couple solutions, depending on what their main issue is solutions that we often use is, hey, what about switching to some PT sessions? Maybe it's a class time they can't make. Maybe you canceled the class on your schedule. Maybe their schedule got changed. So maybe it's offering a new class time, or it's saying, hey, I realize you're struggling with accountability because you haven't been to the gym in 2 months and you haven't seen the value in our classes. What if we switch you to personal training? That way you're able to be here, you're held more accountable. There's a coach who's going to be here for you every single day in the mix, or 3 days a week at 12 noon, and you're going to be much less likely to slack off. So that could be one option to save them. Option two, maybe it doesn't work for them, but they need a class time that your schedule doesn't currently offer. Maybe you need to go to the books and evaluate if you can offer a new class time for them to keep them. And having that, obviously do the math on that financially to see if it makes sense. But if you go out of your way to create a class time for this person and tell them that on the phone, they, chances are they're probably going to keep their membership. A lot of times if it's an injury that somebody got hurt, maybe they got hurt doing, whatever, then they think they need to cancel because they can't do CrossFit anymore. Little do they know that you as a coach or your coaches could have a good injury rehab program for them, where again, maybe they're not coming in directly to classes, but they're meeting with a coach, for 30 minutes twice a week, to work on that rotator cuff, whatever their issue is. All right. And then when you're trying to save them, try and leverage the true reason for them canceling as your, your save strategy. And again, I provided 3 easy ones there, but whatever they say the root cause is, then dive into how you can manipulate that to keep them in your gym and also further serve them. All right, and then we're going to talk about a Flexi Plan next. You can see at the bottom it says offer a Flexi Plan if you can't save them. And we'll chat about the Flexi Plan next here in the next slide. So far we have the membership agreement form. The step 2, we have the email request. Step 3, we hit them with the exit interview. Now, if you can save the athlete, keep them on the regular membership billing, then your job here is done. You can basically just get the athlete back in the gym, make sure you follow through on whatever you tell them to save them. If the athlete is on the phone and they say, you know what, nope, I'm still going to continue, I'm going to cancel my membership, none of the solutions you offered me is going to help, and I need to cancel now, at least you tried. All right, and it does happen. And this is where the Flexi Plan comes in. So if they say, you know what, I appreciate you trying, but I still need to cancel my membership, you can say, okay, look, lessons that I've learned from the 10 years of this nonsense is the Flexi Plan does work and convert. And essentially what a Flexi Plan is, I'll kind of dive into it here in a second, but if you look at Companies like ClassPass. I'm sure we're all familiar with ClassPass here. ClickFunnels is another subscription-based company. Even your cable company. Any other major subscription-based companies, essentially gyms are subscription-based companies, they all use this strategy of a Flexi Plan. And I got this from literally my cable company when I was calling them. It was an internet company, actually, it was AT&T, but this is essentially your last Hail Mary effort. All right, so if you can get them on a Flexi Plan, great. If not, then you know what, you did everything in the book. So let me explain the Flexi Plan to you, and then I'll kind of I'll tell you how to position it when you're on the call with them. All right. So what a Flexi Plan is, it's essentially a back end membership, meaning you don't present this on the front end, meaning when you're going over prices and packaging with new members, this isn't an option. It's not something people can really do for the long term. It's just a back end offer, and it's just presented when somebody wants to proceed with the cancellation. It's not something you can just do. You have to go through the cancellation steps to get here. And essentially what the Flexi Plan is it's a 3-month-ish membership where you give them a discount, meaning if they were paying $150 a month, you're going to tell them you're going to charge them $35 a month. This is just in the example that I use here. But while they're on this Flexi Plan, they can still attend 3 classes per month, and they can still come into the gym, an unlimited amount of times. So let me kind of talk about how to position this, and I'm going to read this for you at the bottom because it's kind of what we use for the Flexi Plan. So when they're on the phone and they're like, I still want to cancel, you can respond to them, and I quote this. You can literally use this script. You can say, you know what? I want to do everything in my power to continue to hold you accountable and be your coach. What if I do this for you? And then you can lead into the Flexi Plan. And I'm going to read it right here. Would you be interested if we created a CrossFit Flexi Plan with you for a few months before you decide if you want to cancel your membership? And notice how that's said. It said, would you be interested if we created this for you? They don't necessarily know that it's currently a thing, but you're kind of phrasing in the way that you're kind of meeting them where they're at, even though it's something that you offer. But they don't necessarily need to know that. So would you be interested if we created a CrossFit Flexi Plan, which you're creating this plan for them, that you try for the next few months before deciding if you want to cancel your membership? The CrossFit Flexi Plan, the CrossFit Flexi Plan could replace your current membership, and we can make it super low price for you. If so, we could do $35 monthly fee, and you can attend 3 classes per month whenever you want, and also unlimited open gym times. All right, now I know everybody on the call might be like, oh, it's a terrible idea. Don't do that. Why are you doing this? Just hear me out on this, all right? Before you knock down the idea, I don't think it's a good idea. Hear me out. All right, we're going to go into this next paragraph. All right, and then you tell the athlete, we would give you the option of staying on the Flexi Plan for up to 3 months. After that, we ask you to go back to your regular membership plan and not abuse the Flexi Plan privileges. We've had some membership increase pricing. Okay, so before I go to the next phase. Now, this is key that you tell them the option of staying on it for the next 3 months. You need to tell them that this isn't like a long-term thing, and that eventually the idea is to get them back on their regular membership. But people who maybe just need a break, whatever it is, this is a great option. This can act almost like a membership hold, but just with a different name. So the next thing is, if this is a long-term member and you have had price increases, this is a great thing to say to them. If this is a member that hasn't had any price increases, and you can obviously take this section out, but I'm going to go into this next section about the pricing increases. All right. We have had some membership pricing increases, and you are currently locked in at your current rate. So if you were to cancel and rejoin at a later time, you would be subject to the new pricing and our reactivation fee. Now, remember in slide 1, when we talked about the membership agreement form, we said right here, there is a $59 membership reactivation fee if you wish to reactivate your membership at a future date. All right. Now, at this point, they're like, man, if I'm a long-term member and I have my rate locked in for good, I don't want to pay the new pricing. I don't want to pay a reactivation fee. So it might just make sense for me to pay this $35 a month until I'm ready to come back. Now, the last part of the Flexi Plan is that with the Flexi Plan, we can keep your current membership rate locked in for good and avoid any reactivation fees. Would you like to try it out for a few months? And then you're just quiet. So you just tell them, so explain it. Would you like to try it out for a few months and just be quiet? And oftentimes they'll sit there in their head and kind of do the math and see if it makes sense. And depending on the person, this does convert, and depending on the person, it doesn't convert. But the idea is that you're still getting reoccurring revenue from people who otherwise would have canceled. Now, what you can do at this Flexi Plan point is that at the 3-month marker, so once they've been on this plan for 3 months, just set a reminder to follow up with them at the 3-month marker, is check back in with that athlete. And see if they want to either A, get back to the regular membership, which that's the conversation you're going to have with them then is let's get back to your regular membership. And if they're like, no, I still, it's not working out, I think, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. Then at that point, you can A, extend their Flexi Plan for another 3 months, or go ahead and cancel them. That's on you. But we've had people who've done the Flexi Plan for up to 12 months. And it's money that we would have otherwise lost that over the year, even making that $35 a month adds up. And another good thing about how we position this Flexi Plan, and you can see right here, if you can see my mouse where it says, you can attend 3 classes per month whenever you want. This is also important because, I'm gonna highlight this right here, because it keeps them as a part of your community. And oftentimes what we've seen and noticed is that when members cancel and they fall out of the community, they're embarrassed to come back. Even though they might want to come back, they're more out of shape. They don't feel comfortable with the workouts because they kick their ass the first couple times they're there. All right. Maybe some of the members that they were friends with kind of saw that they teetered off. They're kind of embarrassed about it. So a lot of the time, if you can keep somebody involved in your community, even at 3 classes a month, they're much more likely to continue longer term because it's less pain, frustration when they go to get started back. Because we all know that getting started back with CrossFit is tough. So that's why we put those 3 classes in there. You want to keep them in the gym. You don't want to get them out of there. Now, if you have questions on this, which I'm sure you do, all right, please just type them into the chat or write them down. At the end of this call, I want to address all the questions on the Flexi Plan. All right. Now, I'm a big fan of this. Originally, I found out about this from AT&T. Like, even if you get on the phone and you call your cable company, you're like, yo, I want to cancel my internet subscription, or I want to cancel my, my cable subscription, 9 times out of 10, they're going to offer you a plan just like this. I know for a fact that ClassPass does it with their cancellations. ClickFunnels does it with their cancellations. It's pretty common business amongst subscription models. But I rarely see this done, if I've ever seen this done, in other CrossFit gyms. And again, it's money to be made that is sitting there on the table. All right, so we're going to, let me clear this off, click my drawings. So we're going to dive into the next slide here. And again, if you have questions on this, please just jot them down because we want to make sure we address them all. All right, so the Flexi Plan. Now, moving on here. If the member is still like, you know what, I don't want to do a Flexi Plan, I'm still going to cancel. This is not what I signed up for, whatever their reason is, you've at least gave it your best overall shot, and you're not done yet. All right, we are not done yet. So let's talk about the Cancellation Survey. And again, lessons learned from 10 years of this nonsense, notice I call it nonsense, lesson learned from 10 years is that you need to know your data and fix it. All right. If you don't know your data on why members are canceling, then you're not running the best gym possible. You need to have the data on why these people are leaving so you can go and fix it. If not, you don't even know what to fix inside of your gym. And most gyms don't have these systems and these surveys set up. And this is crucial to building the best gym possible and preventing future cancellations. All right. Now, if athletes wish to proceed with the cancellation, it's totally okay. It happens. You're not going to save everybody. All right. You're just not going to. You're going to email them this membership cancellation form. All right. And notice we said in the beginning, and again, I'm going to go back to our first slide. Our first slide says, sorry, I got to exit this. Our first slide tells them that in order to cancel, there are 3 steps. They must submit an email, which they already did. They must schedule a phone exit interview, which they already did. And step 3 is they must complete the online membership cancellation form. This is the next thing on the list for them. All right, this is the only thing they have not completed yet. All right, and now they're at that lovely stage. So I'm going to pull up this membership cancellation form because I want to talk about this, and these are the questions that we ask and that I advise you when you're setting these up to ask in these forms. All right, I want to make sure and everybody still see my screen here. Pull up the chat, make sure I don't have any questions on it. Okay, cool. All right, again, if you have questions, just hit them in the chat or write them down. we will get there at the end. Okay, so now let's go into the membership cancellation form and what these things look like, all right? Now, for SmartGym users, if you're a SmartGym user and you're on here, this is already set up for you. When you sign up with SmartGym, all of this is automated for you. So this survey's been made, it's already sending to your athletes. So the benefit of this, again, is you send them this link, all right? This is one of our SmartGym surveys. We build all of these out for our users. You guys don't have to necessarily build them out at all. We put your information in, we brand them as your gym, and we deliver them from our platform to your athletes, all right? So what we put in here is it says, did you try the Flexi Plan? All right, and this is the start of the survey. So they click the link, they go to this page. You know, again, we reiterate the Flexi Plan, how it works. We tell them membership rates are subject to change. We advise them of our 30-day notice. That way there's no ifs, ands, or buts about their next invoice that's gonna bill them. So if they fill this form out on the 27th day, prior to their membership or prior to the next membership billing, they're still gonna get billed. They need to fill this form out 30 days in advance to not get billed for the next invoice. And everybody knows that because, again, we said that in our membership agreement forms. They signed it, they initialed it, they know. And this is good for us as a business because we also get one more month of billing and we can make future financial projections the most effective way because we have this information. All right, another thing we always like to include is all payments are non-refundable. Again, it says that in our membership agreement form, but we always like to put it here. All right, now I'm gonna take you through the questions that we ask that allow you to kind of solve these issues. All right, so ask them just their first name, and I'm just gonna fill this out. Ask them for their last name, that way you know who's filling this thing out for you. Email address associated with their account, you wanna make sure it's the same one they signed up with, so you can go ahead and process the cancellation here. All right, the next question we ask is their phone number, because obviously you wanna know, who these people are, and if you need to contact them, the information is here. And we're gonna get into the next questions, all right? Please select your primary reason for canceling. You need to know the real reason. If you're on the exit survey with them, chances are you're gonna know, but this allows you to see bulk data, because if you do 100 exit surveys, you might not necessarily get mixed up on who said what, but having this in the survey allows you to see bulk data on the majority of reasons people cancel. And we like to ask relocation, moving away. Oftentimes you can't save that. But now that most of us have these online business models where we're offering online coaching, it allows you to sell to this athlete. So if they're moving away, you now have a revenue stream you can potentially sell. All right, so keep that in mind. Next, we have financial reasons. I lost my job, can't afford it, perceived value of the gym has been lost. Injury, lack of attendance, difficulty, the workouts are too difficult. This is a thing. Oftentimes CrossFit workouts can be hella intense, and we all know that, and sometimes CrossFit just isn't for everybody. But if a lot of people are selecting the difficulty of these workouts, maybe you need to adjust your programming to better accommodate membership retention, or maybe you need to add a program like boot camp or CrossFit Lite or whatever it is. Maternity leave, hey, we're having a baby. If that's the reason people are canceling, then you're probably not going to save them on those phone exit interviews, but it would be good to know. Would be good to have them tell you, and then you can just go ahead and proceed with the cancellation. If somebody says maternity leave, depending on their membership plan, if they're a long-term member, I would present the Flexi Plan to them. That way they're able to keep that rate locked in while they go on maternity leave. If they, for instance, are not a long-term member, they can still proceed with the cancellation. You're still welcome to offer them the Flexi Plan, whatever you see best in that situation. Another one I like to ask, and I make this joke a lot, but I will say that I've lost more money in my gym by members either sleeping with each other and then having some sort of issues because of it than probably any other reason within my gym. And I think it's just kind of nature of the business, but people get these, personal relationships, they spend a lot of time with each other, they then end up dating because they love each other at the gym, they then get in a fight, and then both of them cancel, and you're just like, what the hell? So there's nothing you can do about that. And maybe I'm only gym owner out there, this happened to a lot, but maybe I'm not the only one. I don't think I am, but actually I know I'm not. But put that on there, because if there's personal things going on inside the gym and you need to address them, like, hey, the personal reason could be Susie's an asshole. She always is not sharing equipment. She's regularly doing blah, blah, blah. Then you need to go fire Susie from your gym if she's getting members to cancel, or whatever the reason might be. Personal reasons inside the gym. And then obviously the COVID crisis and financial reasons related to the COVID crisis. Always good to have that on there, that we can collect the accurate data on how many members you actually lost. because I will probably say that most gyms, and I actually know how many members they lost during COVID, or if COVID was the actual reason. So I'm just going to select one of these so we can move on. Again, if you have questions on those, please type them in the chat or write them down, and we will get the questions here in a second. And then I always like to ask this, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how would you rate your overall CrossFit M2 experience overall? This is a great question to ask. I'm going to say 10. Right? Sometimes people say, 7, 8, 4, whatever. How well did the M2 coaching staff help you meet your fitness goals? Extremely well, very well, moderately well, slightly well, not at all well. How likely are you to refer CrossFit M2 to other people? And this is important because this allows you to know if they're actually still satisfied with your gym. If they're not going to refer people to you, it means you really did something wrong, or whatever happened is quite a scar for them. And this also helps you determine how likely they are to come back. Maybe they cancel due to whatever reason, but if they're still at work talking about how much they loved your gym and how other people at work should try it, even though they're not a member there anymore, that is still thumbs up on your business did a good job to help serve them. So I like this question and getting those responses from it. Do you have any, and this is just a short answer, they type it in, do you have any comments on how we can improve our services to better suit you and your needs? We value your feedback and would love to someday have you return as an athlete with us. And then they can just, say whatever here, and then hit enter. And then this is a mandatory selection. It says, please select. And we put this in the survey again to reiterate the information always. I understand my membership will be canceled 30 days from the date this online form is submitted and that all payments are non-refundable. They have to select that in order to submit the survey. All right, then when they select it, they hit submit, then a couple other magical things happen. All right, so they go through that survey. All right, and that's ultra important. All right, now for all of our SmartGym users, what we do after that survey, let me blow this back up. What we do after that survey is SmartGym is set up to automatically send you and email you their survey responses. So that will go to you so you can view those responses in real time on the fly. So as soon as somebody completes or checks that submit button, it will go to your email inbox so you can view that information on the fly, and you can see it. And depending on what they say in there, that's why we also ask for the phone number, because you'll get an email sent to you and it's super easy. You don't have to pull up their account. You can just click their phone number right on your phone and call them and discuss the survey if need be. All right, another thing, all of our SmartGym surveys, you can see bulk data. So everybody who's ever completed that form, all right, you can view how many people said they'd rate you on an 8 and what percentage of that, how many people said they were canceling due to Corona and what percentage of that, how many people canceled because of moving away or financial reasons. And this is really important to knowing and fixing your business problems, because when you can see bulk data, when majority of people are canceling because of financial reasons to say, then as a gym owner that you are not meeting their perceived value, because people would not cancel due to financial reasons if they felt like your gym is worth the money that they were paying. So now you need to know as a gym owner, because you have that data, what you need to go and fix. If people on that form often say, cleanliness is the reason that they're canceling, and you get, out of 100 form submissions, 65 people say they're canceling because of cleanliness, then you need to go fix that inside of your gym, and you just prevented 65 cancellations. And now you can further grow your business because you're stopping and you're fixing all the reasons or whatever's broken inside the gym. All right, and that's crucial. If you don't have that bulk data, then how do you know what to fix? All right, you don't. So get that bulk data. All right, now crucial factor also is to follow up after the survey. All right, you want to make sure that, and this is why SmartGym will email these forms directly to your email, is because as soon as that form is submitted, you need to end the relationship on a positive note with these athletes, regardless of what happened, regardless of why they're canceling. All right, just end on a positive note, because you have a trick for gaining them back, which I'll explain next, but it just finishes the relationship and solidifies it on a good note, regardless of what happened. And if there's something that they put inside of that form that maybe they didn't say on the exit interview because they didn't tell you face-to-face or whatever it is, it gives you a reason to hear them out and then respond accordingly. And it's just overall good business. So follow up with them, call them after it. And again, their phone number will be right there inside that notification email on your phone. If you're using SmartGym, so you just hit it and right there you go. Now, when you follow up with them, and here's kind of the magic trick that we're going to talk about next. is after somebody submits that form, and in SmartGym, this is a fully automated process, but you can set it up however you need to, is after somebody submits that form, they get sent automatically a $100 gift card. And we'll talk about this $100 gift card next. But another reason that you follow up with them is when you have that follow-up phone call or text or whatever you want to do here, is that you remind them that they have a $100 gift card. Oh, hey, I noticed you filled out the form, or I noticed you finally filled out the online cancellation form. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate your honesty. Sorry to hear, things or whatever. Your shoulder's pretty bummed right now. But want to let you know that in the next 6 months, I just sent you a $100 gift card. It's in your email. It's right there for you. So that way in the next 6 months, it doesn't expire for 6 months. You can come back and use that within the next 6 months, and I hope to see you back. And then you just have that quick little 2-minute phone call with them, finalize it. All right. And now they know that, oh, hey, I have a $100 gift card. Maybe they didn't see it in their email or whatever it is, or they haven't seen it yet. Boom. Oh, boom. Let's talk about the $100 gift card. Okay. So this, again, is a fully automated process in SmartGym where when somebody hits submit on that survey, boom, they get sent this gift card. This is a card we've recently made for one of our clients here. But it should be branded as your gym, says $100 on it. And this gift card, again, automatically sends, set it up in a CRM to automatically send. And there's a couple things working here on this gift card. If you guys can see me here, there are stipulations to this gift card, and we put them on the card. All right, very important to list stipulations on here. So you brand it as your gym, highlight it, put your info there. And if you can see here on the screen, it says in the text on the side of this gift card, it says, use this gift card to redeem on any CrossFit group training classes or personal training sessions. May not be combined with any other offers or discounts. Must be used within 120 days. And you put that on there because the key is that this expires, so they take action to come back and join your gym. All right, now what I encourage you to do in setup, and if you're using SmartGym, again, this is all fully automated for you. It's already set up for you. This is already firing. But add your contact to a back-end marketing automation funnel. So take this person, and if you need to manually do it, that's fine. If you use SmartGym, again, it does it for you automatically. But and then send them relevant content to doing CrossFit at home, reminders every 30 days to use this gift card, and check-ins coming from you. And I'm going to show you what that system looks like for some of these, and then we'll get into questions. All right, so here is kind of a back-end, here's what a back-end automation funnel would look like. You can see my screen here. This is the SmartGym system. This is what we use for all of our clients. This is what we build our automations on, but this is a deactivation funnel. And each one of these gray boxes is an email. There's a wait, so basically you're hitting them just once a week with some helpful content. I'm going to show you the inside of a few of these emails that we use that convert. And again, you want to send them helpful fitness information. So here's kind of what the email would look like with the cancellation with the gift card. It says, we'd love the opportunity to serve you again. We're offering a $100 membership reactivation gift card. You put the gift card there in the bottom. All right, you let them know the stipulations on the gift card here. It expires 120 days from the date this email was received. You can use it for personal training, CrossFit group classes, whatever it is. All right, and then again, the stipulations are right here. Comes from the gym owner. It's all nice, branded as your gym. Looks hella awesome. All right, now from here, you wait 1 week, you hit them with another email. I'm just going to show you a couple of these because this is a 6-month automation. So somebody is inside this automation. As you can see, there's several of these. So we email them once a week for 6 months on information that's relevant to them and coming from you. So one thing we do is here's just a general content email where we talk about, healthy grocery store shopping. So we give them information that they can still be fit and healthy with at home without needing to come into your gym. All right, so talk about, here's a foods that fuel shopping list, we call it. And again, if you're using SmartGym, you have this set up. It's branded as your gym, and it's all already built there for you. Your colors are on it, obviously not our gym's colors. But it's just a shopping list, and you send that to them. They can print it off, so they're going to the grocery store. They have a nice, healthy, easy-to-use shopping list your gym provided them. All right, another thing that we put in is just general workouts they can do at home. Hey, this email says, we realize you're no longer a member with us. We'd love this to help serve you. Here's a 12-week at-home CrossFit program you can do, compliments the CrossFit Journal. And then it's like, P.S. we miss you. Stop in and say hi or join us for a WOD. And just kind of, here's just a general CrossFit workout from the CrossFit Journal for 12 weeks, a 12-week program. So again, you're giving them helpful information and content. All right, what you're also doing, move this over here, is you send them reminders every 30 days to use these gift cards. And this is key because people forget when 6 months was or how many days they have left to use a gift card. They're not going to remember. So if you can see right here on the screen, here's a 90-day reminder to use a $100 gift card. All right, so this sends it day 90. Here's a 119-day reminder to use gift cards. This will be the very last one they get. So they get a reminder the day before the gift card expires to use the gift card. All right, and you can see up here that we'll send them, here's a 60-day reminder and a 30-day reminder right here. So it's important every 30 days, just let them know, hey, they have that gift card, they can use it, they can come back in your gym with it. And you're just popping in their inbox, say, hey, what's up, use that gift card. All right, so again, this is the one that gets sent on the, the 119-day marker, which basically just says, hey, use this or it's gonna expire or risk completely missing out on this. You have less than 24 hours, use a $100 gift card and it expires and it's gone forever. So we blast them with that one. And then what we like to do, and I'm gonna show you this, is you send them the the very last reminder, and then you wait 2 weeks. So you don't send them anything for 2 weeks, all right? Gift card's expired, it's not there. And then we use a strategy that we call a plain text personal email. And this is an email that looks like you sat down and typed it. As you can see the difference in these other emails, this looks automated, right? It's like, it's branded, it's HTML coded, it's super fancy, that's obviously automated. This email, not obviously automated. So this is the very last email you send them 2 weeks after their gift card expires. And it reads, hey, first name, obviously their name would populate there. It says, how's it going? I hope all is well. Wanted to follow up with you. Would you be interested in possibly getting started back with us this month? I'd love to see you back in action. Let me know your thoughts. Take care. Gym owner's name. All right. And this gets a ton of responses from people because like, oh, wow, the gym owner's super cool. He just reached out to me. I haven't heard from him in 6 months and 2 weeks. And again, if you use SmartGym, this is fully automated. We build this for you. Your name's already at the bottom and it's out and it's done. And this is just a way that you can, again, automate checking in with people, and then they'll respond to the email. It goes right to your email inbox, and you can engage in conversation from there. But this is super crucial because it shows that you still care. And most gyms don't even do this at all. They don't reach out to people after they cancel. And depending on why they canceled, you're their coach, you're their mentor, you're there to hold them accountable to their fitness goals, and it just shows that your business cares more than any others. All right, so manage the response from there. If you can get them back in the door, great. If they respond and say, hey, now's not the time, maybe in a couple of weeks, then look, you did your part, you followed up, you did everything you possibly could with that member. All right, so what I want to share with you also is that this is a fully, and I want you to kind of think through this whole process I just showed you here. So that kind of concludes the presentation a bit, but think through how this customer journey and this experience that I just outlined here is thought every single step of your athlete's journey in doing business with you from the cancellation side has been thought out, it's been systemized, and it's consistent for all. Now, I want to spark creativity for you. Like, this is just one system of your gym. Like, how many more of these kind of systems exist in your affiliate? Like, probably 150, So if you can map out in a detailed way this for all of their systems, then great. Now, obviously that takes a lot of time. It takes years to do this, but these kind of systems should be set up for these various, life cycles of your business. So I want this to inspire you to take this system and go run like one with it and install this and implement it. Again, it's totally free. I'm not charging anything for it. Use all of this. I'm going to take these slides and post this all in the Facebook group so you can have access to it all and use it because it's going to help. So I want to go ahead and open up for questions here. And again, if you're not in the Facebook group, I just chatted it to everybody in the group chat, the link. So just go ahead and request that so you can get all of this. And I'm going to open up the microphones here for questions. So let's